to Embodied Alchemy with me, Rebecca Wilson, an embodied experiential space for you to drop deep into the wealth of wisdom within your being and activate a fuller, richer you. I am an embodied business coach, embodiment queen, sacred business midwife, and alchemist. I will help you birth your visions and sacred business into the world from an easeful, embodied, and rooted space within. So you can be who you are here to be, create what you are here to create, and activate the wealth of energy that is you. I will activate you into self-leadership, self-mastery to create your legacy on earth. Welcome on the journey, my love. Hello, gorgeous people. It's so good, as always, to be together again and to be able to share and connect with you all in this way. I am so loving the evolution of this beautiful space, to be able to bring wisdom, musings, and reflections, deep alchemy and transformation. And so I'm just feeling really honored in this moment to be able to sit and record and share all of the wisdom and the teachings that arrive with me to you. I feel really blessed to be able to have the space and the capacity to connect with you all in this way. So that's just a little bit from me and how I'm feeling today. But today's sharing is a conversation that's been really big in my world, really big with many of my clients. It's a huge topic that we've been discussing in my one-to-one containers with my beautiful soul-aligned clients. The women that are stepping into my world and saying yes to themselves to create businesses and creations of their dreams, to create the life of their dreams, to really live out their purpose, to create and birth their wildest visions, deepest embodied wealth, and their legacy in the world. And this piece I really feel deeply called to share is about the embodiment of our business as an embodied experience. And the title, the wording, the phrase that came to me as I sank into this with many of the women in my world arrived as what lives in your body lives in your business. You are embodying a certain frequency, a certain energy, and you hold that energy and pour that energy yourself into your work, your business, in your creations, into everything that you share with the world. So what lives in the body lives in the business. The beliefs and identities, the stories and habits, all the ideas and limitations in which you hold deep within, they exist within you and form an impression through you into your world and into your business. All of those limitations and beliefs and stories and narratives that live within your being, within your body, within the contractions and the shadows that are rooted and woven into your internal tapestry. The deeply unconscious thoughts and beliefs that are driving you forward without even consciously knowing. And if they drive us in other areas of our life, in family, in relationship, then I often have brought this question to my clients. We must dive deep into seeing and witnessing and bringing awareness to how these patterns, identities, and narratives also manifest within our creative expression and within our business. As does all of the expansion and the radiance and the joy that we cultivate, live in all areas of our life. So do that which contain us and contract us, and maybe withhold us from stepping forward into something bigger, bolder, and brighter. All that lives within also lives within your business. And this isn't a conversation about right or wrong, good or bad. It is a conversation for us to explore in a safe and held space. What beliefs and stories, identities, ways of being exist within our inner world, and how do they manifest into your reality, specifically within your creative cycles, your creative expression, and your business. And when we ask questions like this, we really sink into a space of inner exploration. A gentle curiosity often begins to awaken awareness within. And we get to explore then what lives in the body that lives in the body of your business too. What contractions and closures exist within your being that are mirrored within your business? What are the beliefs and stories that you hold, the identities around yourself, limitations, certain energy and emotion? How do they inhabit your body? What shape do they take within your being? And how does that shape exist also in your business and your creative expression? Embodied alchemy work is so deeply rooted in the embodiment part. Because when we drop into our being and we find a story that exists within, we often find that we hold a specific energetic, emotional, and physical shape to represent that belief. Maybe that lives in the rounding of shoulders, or a contraction in the belly, or a deep fear that lives as a tremor in the being. And as we exist in these tightenings and closures and knots within ourselves, we begin to bring awareness through embodied business alchemy, how that also is reflected in your relationship to your business, your relationship to creation, and your business, and how your business grows, develops, expands. And we begin to recognize and bring awareness to that energy and emotion that lives within, and how that is being poured into, reflected into your creative expression and your business. Maybe the belief or the story is, I am not worthy of expansion. I am not worthy of holding high levels of wealth and money. I don't deserve a life full of pleasure. I have to work really hard to achieve anything. I have to work really hard to bring my dreams to life. I am not enough. I need to do more all of the time. It's not safe for me to be in my body. It's not safe for me to be in my power. It's not safe for me to create. I'm not creative. It's not safe for me to connect to my sexuality, my sensuality, the source of the creation of all life. It's not safe. I'm not worthy to be seen, to scale and expand my business, to grow an audience, to expand reach and visibility. I'm terrified of being seen. It's not safe to scale, to grow, to expand. Who am I to share my gifts with the world? My voice doesn't matter. My voice isn't important. These are just a few examples of the expressions that have been arriving in the spaces and the containers that I am holding. These stories and beliefs. And we can feel how they echo and imprint themselves into the choices that we do or do not make within our business, because we act on and make choices through the current set point of belief within. The stories, the habits, and the beliefs that live in your body, in your being, as contractions, closures, withdrawals from life, as fears and worries. They pull you back, they hold you back. And they're so deeply, often so deeply woven into your inner world as a safety mechanism. And it may have been true at some point in time. It was not safe for you to be any of those things. And it may be true at some point in time that you did not feel safe to be visible, to share, to shine your radiance, your light, your wisdom with the world. And this is where the alchemy arrives. We begin to bring light to the old story, the contraction, the outdated beliefs. And through the light of awareness, we can rescript and recode reality from within. And so often a journey with women, and they find these beliefs within. I'm not safe to be me in the world. It's not safe to share my voice. It's not safe for me to be in my energy. Underneath many of these narratives, there's an undercurrent of it's not safe for me to be me. I'm too much. I'm not enough. The world isn't ready. I don't have anything to offer. But what I can share as something that I have found true for myself and true in the witnessing that I have been so honored to be a part of in so many women's lives. When you sink into being the truth of yourself in the world, embodied and rooted in that, whatever that is for you, it truly is a gift to the universe. Because you hold your unique energy, a unique vibration, a soul code. unique being that is you. There is no one else in the world that is you. That is your magic, your power, your light. That, when rooted and grounded in, is your magnetism. That is what makes you truly magnetic, being authentically you. And when we are rooted and anchored in the core of the essence of who we are, we somehow become more alive, more activated. And that is the magnetism. That is what is so magnetic to others. And this is the arrival of alchemy and the process that I guide all of my clients and my soul aligned sisters through, to really sink into the patterns, stories, habits, and beliefs that we all falsely conceive, have adopted, taken on, held, witnessed, and bound up inside of ourselves. And there really isn't a separation. So, what shows up in life, in relationship, in family dynamic, with partners, with children, with friends, with family, can often be found as a mirror to what is showing up in your business. Of course, your business is its own being, it has its own spirit and its own place in the world, but it is created through you, from you, and it receives your energy, your downloads, your expressions. And it's also created through the contractions and the limitations that are currently held within. It holds a particular transmission of you and everything that currently exists within you. And I welcome curiosity here, to become really curious. What lives in my business that I'm not aware lives in me? What lives in me that I'm not aware lives in my business? Maybe a belief around not wanting to ask for too much, or expecting too much, or desiring more than the limitation you've been told you're allowed. And maybe that's a story that's rooted in childhood. And maybe that lives in your business. Oh, that's okay. This is just about enough. Rather than, where can I scale now? How can I reach wider, vaster, bigger? How can I connect with more people to share my vision and message, to ultimately share healing with the world? And often we'll journey, and I also journey in this way too, of getting curious and finding things that are currently existing, maybe within myself or within my business. And if there's a desire for me to expand and grow, but that isn't arriving, I'll take some time to explore within. How do I feel about growing? How do I currently feel about expanding? What energy and emotion am I currently holding around scaling, becoming more visible? If people can't see me right now on my socials or my mail outs or my website or out in the world, where am I not seeing myself? Where within me do I not let myself be seen? And those would be the questions that I would begin to explore with him. Is my business receiving the levels of wealth and money that I desire? Am I receiving money into my business for my offerings and creations and gifts? If there's a no, there's some stagnancy, there's a block. So I would sink inside of myself and begin to explore, where is there a block within me for receiving wealth, pleasure, money, energy, love? And I begin to unravel that story that lives within. Where has it not felt safe for me to receive all of those gorgeous, yummy expressions? And the piece of the puzzle will arrive. Things will begin to unravel. Your inner world will begin to shift and alter. And sometimes we find these pieces within ourselves first, and then they naturally begin to move through our business and our creations. And sometimes I find that we ask the questions around our business first, and that then pulls us into exploring that same thread or question inside of our own being. And as this exploration happens, the recognizing of a pattern, a story, a belief that exists in yourself or your business, you're able to see deeper into the landscape of both, of no separation, of what is existing in your own being and your own body, your own emotional experiences and stories, and see where your energy from that current set point has been woven into the tapestry of your business. And when we find it, we get to touch it, explore it, feel it. And as we feel it, we transform it. It is in the touching of, the moving through, the unraveling of the story, the pattern, the sensation within, that we begin the transformation. And that is where alchemy lives. Maybe we find a particular story of, I'm not visible enough. Nobody's seeing me or sharing me or finding my wisdom, my messages, my work in the world. My business isn't visible right now. No one can see me. Maybe that is through social posts or website activation. Or what you're writing and sharing just doesn't seem to be landing with people. We begin to find that inside ourselves and get curious. Why am I not visible right now? Am I scared to be seen? Am I hiding? Maybe I don't want to be seen. Do I feel safe being seen and being visible? And we begin to tend to this part of ourselves that maybe once didn't feel safe to be all of those things. And we bring it to the body. We move, we dance, we shake, we cry, we scream, we laugh, we express, and we let it move through. However that arrives for you, in the spaces I hold, it is all welcome into its fullest. There is a deep permission here to allow you to be part of and be in fully expressed. And it's my experience, and it is why I offer and hold a space like this, that as we move, dance, shake, stomp, scream, unwind, and unravel all of the tensions and knots within, we begin to shift the charge and we move the energy. We unravel the story that's been held, maybe for many, many years, or even lifetimes. And we get to establish it's not true. It may have been true in the past. It may have been true in history. But right now, is it true? And it doesn't have to be true in that moment because, of course, we can decide this is no longer true. And alchemy is at play. You bring in the recoding. What do you want it to be now is one of the most activating questions I ask my clients. Because remember, what lives in the body lives in the business. So yes, the shadows, the contractions, the limitations that live within also exist in your business. But as we move through those and we welcome in expansion, space, pleasure, desire, joy, wealth, excitement, we get to embody that in our business too. When we're rooted in worth, in safety, in trust in our body, when we are grounded in our being, creativity activates and awakens. The creation energy that lives within you is so much more available for you. And that is what you are able to pour into your creative expressions and all of the content that you create within your business. And then that which lives in your body lives in your business. A strong voice, a desire to be seen and be visible in the world, rooted and embodied in your message, activated in your wisdom, anchored in a deep knowing of your teachings, your healings, your gifts, your services, what you are here to share with the world. And as you embody that, it comes alive in your business. It's just how it is. You become absolutely sure of it in your being. It's an energy, a frequency. And you're embodying all of it through desire, pleasure, activation, emotion, vibration. It's all alive and pulsing in your being. And you get to choose, decide, act, create from that space. Just feel into, and you create from that space, that energy, how different your creations would be. When you are rooted and alive in worth and wealth and money, power, pleasure, and you create from that space, your business becomes an embodied expression of you, of that which you are rooted and embodied in. To find what lives in the body, to touch, move, express, explore, to integrate shadow and activate light. This is the path of alchemy. To alchemize old into new. And to create from that deep swell of radiant light within you. So you get to choose from that place every single day, your actions, your alignments. You're listening and moving from soul, from that activated place within. You get to choose from desire, from the part of you that is so attuned and alive and activated to your mission, your message, your purpose. So the body and the business become one. The body of the business of the body. The body is so wise, our greatest teacher. And as we move into a deeply embodied state of being, We alchemize through our body, and we birth new realities through our being. And your business becomes so much more, an embodied expression. The body of the business is the business of the body. And so in this sharing, a super potent, activating musing that's come through for us today, an alchemy in its own way. We journey very deeply, very potently, in a somatic, experiential way through this process and so many more in all of my embodied business alchemy containers. I offer this as a 3-week activation journey, a potent activation to up-level your business, your life, your expression. And we also can deep dive into the power, potency, and full alchemical transformation in my embodied business alchemy mentorship, where we get to journey for 3, 6, or 9 months together to reweave, rewrite, and recode the whole of your system, the structure of your being, the body of your business, and your creative potential. If you're desiring to bring in more visibility, more community, more audience, a bigger space for your voice to be heard further, vaster, wider, stronger, so that you can hold more pleasure, wealth, spaciousness, money, creativity. So you're able to create more, share more, express more, so that you can support more, support your clients, your community, the greater collective at large, in full service and devotion to the awakening of humanity. I know that this is the deepest aspects of my mission and my desire and my wish and my legacy here on earth. So if you're feeling that call to deep dive into all of these places within, I welcome you into my space, into my world, into this potency that I have created. If you're hearing this and the call is rising with you, that full body yes, I am ready for this journey. Reach out, connect with me. I'm so excited to journey with all of the souls that are aligned to everything I am here to share and serve. In the deepest love and devotion to the greatest awakening of all. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. If you loved this musing and sharing, I would love for you to share this episode far and wide. You can arrive into all of my offerings at rebecca-wilson.com. Links to dive deeper with me are in the episode notes. Remember, my love, you are here to be the fullest, most potent, powerful, embodied version of you. I am here to guide you into that.